Oh.
What?
Oh. New From Software games, man. They make me.
Hey, stop!
Hey peeps, welcome to Elden Ring Nightreign, the spin-off co-op roguelike of the extremely popular Elden Ring. This is the same game everyone knows and loves, but put into a blender with some other From Software spices. A while ago they said they wouldn't be doing any more DLCs for Elden Ring, but since this is his own game, they weren't lying. It was revealed a while back and no one had any idea what this would be, so let me take you through it. You'll be battle busting your way into the kinda randomly generated map of Linveld with hopefully 2 other people. From there you'll be looting and killing bosses to level up to eventually be strong enough to take on the Night Lord boss at the end. The map is probably smaller than the starting area of Elden Ring and feels much smaller when you're actually playing it. You'll start off doing a tutorial to wrap your head around the basics, then arrive in a remixed version of the round table hold from the base game. From there you can pick your characters, talk to NPCs, and do a surprising amount more. With the table in the middle you can pick which Night Lord you want to go up against. You'll only have the big 3-headed doggo at first, but eventually you'll be able to pick from 8 different bosses. You pick your poison and then you head straight in. You spawn into a random corner of the map, and from there you'll probably want to start making your way to one of the churches for more health flasks. Different areas offer different rewards and you'll need to set up a plan of what to do, and fast. The game split into 3 days. At the end of day 1, a battle royale storm will push you into fighting a big boss. Repeat that for day 2, then fight the Night Lord on day 3 with all the gear you've acquired. The combat is the same as the base game, but a bit different. Instead of you making your own character, you'll pick from one of 8 different classes, all of which have different abilities and ultimates. You'll naturally fall into different builds and playstyles depending on which of these classes you pick. There are also many more movement options here. You have a much faster sprint, a double jump, and some options involving terrain that can also be used. There's always a way to get to where you need to go, you'll just have to look around for a bit. The double jump seemed finicky at first, but I actually never had a problem with it and it's definitely a welcome change. There are multiple camps on the map with symbols on them saying what affinity you'll find there. With each Night Lord being weak to a certain one of these elements, it's very important to try and find these items. The trouble with this is that the affinity you need might not be on the map at all. This feels like a huge oversight and needs to be changed as soon as possible. Fighting bosses is something that will take most of your time, and here is another big problem. It feels like they took the most random bosses ever. The amount of tree sentinels and worm faces you go up against gets real repetitive. They do have some good ones for sure, like the ones from Dark Souls 3 and 2, but who the hell wants the Centipede Demon and the Gaping Dragon from Dark Souls 1? And unfortunately there's only 2 bosses from each game, and I played 30 hours before I saw either of the Dark Souls 3 bosses. Again, such a misstep with all the Dark Souls bosses they could have picked from. But thankfully, the Night Lords are definitely the stars of the show. You can tell that's where a lot of the effort went into, and the moves some of these guys do will pull your jaw to the floor and have you thinking that they're unbeatable. Almost all of them are absolutely amazing and worth the price alone. It's a shame that if you die, you pretty much have to do a 45-minute run back to the boss, but obviously that's not the point of the game here. The point is to do the impossible. Have friends. This game is clearly made to be played with 2 other people, and that can be a real pain sometimes. Playing with randoms is like straight gambling, and then solo is like playing on hard mode. Solo is far from impossible, and they have taken steps to make it easier, but it doesn't excuse the fact that they expect you to dodge 3 bosses at once in some cases. One thing with friends I have to mention is the downing system is just whack. It's a good idea with you having to beat up your teammates to get them back up, but why have these 3 little bits of the revive meter sectioned off if it's just going to go right back to the top anyway? I understand it shouldn't be easy to revive an ally, but what the hell. I guess now I should talk about the genre this game is, or at least tries to be. A roguelite. The point of a roguelite is that you should start off not knowing anything, and you slowly build some meta progression to keep you coming back and keep getting stronger. But the progression here just sucks. As you play, you'll unlock relics, and most of them just kinda suck. Don't get me wrong, there are some good ones, but you have to really sort through the trash to find them. That's really about it, besides some things that change with the map, but I think it's time we talk about the trophies. Most of what's here is your standard FromSoft, with each Night Lord having a trophy tied to killing it, but there'll be a lot you have to look out for along the way. When you kill some of the Night Lords, the next time you load up the map, there will be a Shifting Earth event. These are like pretty tough mini dungeons and are really cool. You have to pretty much get to the end of each of these, and that's easier said than done, especially if you aren't communicating with your team. Since the time limit can be pretty rough in this game, you'll want to dedicate almost all of your second day to getting that done. Annoyingly, there's also a lot of RNG things here too. There's a trophy in which you need to have purple gear in every slot, but this can be helped with you and your teammates dropping all their loot, then everyone taking turns picking it up. There's 4 really annoying trophies in which you need to have different type of enemies raid your game and then you take them out. These are all just luck if they happen or not, and it's very frustrating. Finally, probably the hardest trophy in the game, and that's for beating 3 different Night Lords in a row. This sounds really rough at first, but it's not too bad, especially when you can pick and choose which order you want to do what bosses in. You can also back your save to the cloud if you want to be really sure to get this one. And that's it. I think the trophy list for this game is actually great, and it might not sound like it, but I think the game is great too. Almost every single problem I mentioned can be fixed through updates. Add more bosses, fix some co-op, and definitely some solo stuff. Also, a new map would be great too, because I know this one inside and out. With all that out the way, I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10. With those changes made, it could definitely go up to a 9 or even higher. Plat for the game is a 7 as well. I think it's really good, but some of the trophies can be a bit misleading. The RNG is also really rough, and that's why I'd say the difficulty is about a 6. It's still Elden Ring at the end of the day, so no walk in the park, but if you have a team filled with players who know what they're doing and can handle themselves, you'll be alright. Also, don't play Execute.